Howdy, folks. Live from Big Top, Chautauqua, welcome to another episode of Tent Show Radio. I can't believe another year's gone around. Is that a big top I see there high above the ground? Ballyhoo. Oh, ballyhoo. Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by the Bayfield Inn. Stay, dine, and relax year-round on the shoreline of Lake Superior in downtown Bayfield. Any traveler, any season, any meal, your view awaits. More info at bayfieldinn.com. Tent Show Radio is also funded by a grant from the Green Bay Packers Foundation. And we're brought to you by Bayfield County Tourism. Find out how to get in touch with your inner wild at travelbayfieldcounty.com. And here's your host of Tent Show Radio, best-selling author, humorist, and singer-songwriter, Michael Perry.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to Tent Show Radio from Lake Superior, Big Top, Chautauqua. Tonight, we feature part 2 of a concert from the archives featuring a searing, soaring standard-bearer of song, Buffy Sainte-Marie. At intermission, I'll share a story about my laser chaser. Folks, the show you're about to hear emanates from a special space in a special place. The Big Top is just that, a grand blue and pearl gray striped canvas beauty suitable for a circus, but in this case home to a history of live performance centered on the stage. The Big Top seats are set directly on the earth, and what a spot of earth it is, high atop a hill overlooking beautiful Bayfield, Wisconsin, Lake Superior, and those all-natural waterbound wonders, the Apostle Islands. If you enjoy that vision, if you enjoy what you hear over the course of the next hour, and you want to see and experience it firsthand, please get to know us at www.bigtop.org. It sounds beautiful up here because, well, it is beautiful up here. You ought to come on up. Tonight's show is the second of a two-parter featuring Buffy Sainte-Marie, a performer whose work not only stands on its own mystical and musical merits, but stands as a powerful testament on behalf of the many among us not so often heard. She has accumulated a long history of accolades and firsts in the mainstream entertainment world, has written music for some of the world's preeminent legends, she'll tell you a little bit about that herself tonight, but has also never stopped fostering her own fierceness, as you will also hear tonight. Part 1 of this show was a scorcher, and now we're back for more. From the Big Top archives and the Big Top stage, here is Buffy Sainte-Marie.
There's a song on our new Power in the Blood album that sounds real contemporary, but actually I wrote it in the 70s. But nothing that I recorded in the 70s ever got played, so nobody heard it. It was during the time they were trying to put the guy on the moon, right? And I was in Regina, Saskatchewan with my dad. And we were walking around town, and I remember he turned to me and said, "Daughter, they ought to leave that moon alone." And I never forgot it. I was trying to get to South Dakota to the Rosebud Sioux Reservation for the Sundance. I want to do this one for Arvo Looking Horse, for Dave Archambault, to all the people at Standing Rock who are sticking up for nature and who are sticking up for people's right to stick up for nature. This is called a Generation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Kids were sent from heaven inside to lead you to the future. Pluck their eyes in blindfolds and still they'll find their way. Blind their lives almost all. And Jesse John Black Bear talks to God in Cleveland, Ohio. And Washington is joking, but the Navajos are not. And Mother Earth just keeps on giving while we're ripening. I talked to 7 congressmen. Their ears were filled with gold that their grandfathers had stolen out of the Black Hills. And round the dance goes on, but the children are idle no more. And they will dream the dream my mother sends to them. And they'll sing bye-bye scars of history and bye-bye bankers' trust. Aquarius is shining, but the sun is one of us. And me, I don't wanna go to the moon. I'm gonna leave that moon alone. I just wanna dance with the rosebuds till this summer. Yes, 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 wait for me, a brown-eyed man. And we'll sing bye-bye scars of history and bye-bye bankers' trust. Your Aquarius is shining, honey, but the sun is one of us. And me, I don't wanna go to the moon. I'm gonna leave that moon alone. I just wanna dance with the rosebuds till this summer. Yes, 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 wait for me, a brown-eyed man. Wait for me, a brown-eyed man. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. A Merry Christmas, jingle bells. Christ is born and the devil's in hell. Hearts they shrink, pockets swell. Everybody know and nobody tell. Little wheels spin and spin, the big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Oh, the sins of Caesar's men, cry the pious citizens. Oh, petty thief, the 5 and 10s, and the big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. blame the fates, blame the Jews or your sister Kate. Teach your children how to hate, and the big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Turn your back on weeds you've hoed, silly sinful seeds you sowed. Add your straw to the camel's load, and you pray like hell when the world explode. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Swing your girl, fiddler say, later on up by the bay. Do-si-do, swing and sway, dead will dance on Judgment Day. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Little wheels spin and spin, big wheels turn around and around. Are you dizzy? You guys want to hear a brand new song nobody heard yet? The band doesn't even know this yet. And they just wrote it. So we'll pretend that we're down in my basement, okay, my little studio, and give you the songwriter's version of this song. You're so slick, you investors in hate, you Saddams and you Bushes, you Bin Ladens and snakes, you billionaire bullies, you're a globalized curse. You put war on the masses and then you clean out the purse. Oh, and that's how it's done. War after war, you old feudal parasites, you just sacrifice the poor. You got the cutting-edge weapons, but your scam's still the same as it's been since the Romans. It's the patriot game. It's the war racket. That's the war racket. It's the war racket. That's the war racket. You twisters of language. You creeps of disguise. The disinformation, worms in your eyes. You privileged bankers, you gambler thieves, you profit on war. It's just less money in peace. And that's how it's done. Time after time, country after country, and crime after crime. You can say it's religion, and like there's no one to blame for the dead and impoverished in your little patriot game. Honey, that's the war racket. 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 You got the world's greatest power, and you team up with thugs. You make a fortune on weapons, destruction and drugs. But your flags and boots and uniforms, they start to all look the same when both sides are playing the patriot game. And that's how it's done. And you've got our sons in the crosshairs of horror at the end of a gun. And your national anthems, they all sound like shame. And all sides are playing the little patriot game. That's just the war racket. It's the war racket. It's the war racket. That's the war racket. And war is never, 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 ever holy. It's just a greedy man's dream. And you two-faced crusaders, both sides are obscene. War's not made by God. War is only made by men who misdirect our attention while you thieves do your thing. And that's how it's done. About every 30 years, the bankers fill the bank accounts, and the poor fill with tears, and the young fill the coffins, and the old hang a wreath. The politicians get photographed with their names underneath. It's the war racket. That's the war racket. That's the war racket. It's the patriot game. It's the war racket. It's the patriot game. It's the war racket. It's the patriot game. That's the war racket. It's the patriot game. That's the war racket. Money laundering 101. You know, when I was coming up is what they were calling the folk music era, right? And I was very lucky to be around real folk singers like Pete Seeger and Ewan McCall and Joan Baez and people like that who actually did sing these songs that had lasted for generations, you know, songs that last 400 years. And I sang a few of those, but mine I had written the weekend before, so it never did count. And the folk police could get after you for that. So I wrote all different kinds of songs, but you kind of weren't supposed to. So anyway, I sang a little song, a love song, and put it in the middle of my coffee house set. And then I recorded it and kind of put it in the middle of the album, kind of ducked it a little bit. And then Bobby Darin recorded it. Bobby Darin was a Vegas singer, big-time pop singer, splish splash. I was taking a bath, Mac the Knife, Bobby Darin. And then Roberta Flack recorded it, Johnny Mathis recorded it, Neil Diamond recorded it, Barbara Streisand recorded it, and Glenn Campbell recorded it, and Elvis Presley recorded it, and Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops Orchestra recorded it. I finally admitted I wrote it. So you might know this song from some other singer. I thank them all. You're not a dream, you're not an angel, you're a man. And I'm not a queen, I'm a woman, take my hand. We'll make a space in the lives that we planned. And here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. Yes, we're different worlds apart, we're not the same. We laughed and played at the start like in a game. You could have stayed outside my heart, but in you came. And here you'll stay until it's time for you to go. Don't ask why. Don't ask how. Don't ask forever. Love me now. This love of mine had no beginning, it has no end. I was an oak, now I'm a willow, now I can bend. And no, I'll never in my life see you again. Still I'll stay until it's time for you to go. I'm a woman, take my hand. We'll make a space in the lives that we'd planned. And here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. And here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. Mark Olickson, everybody. Okay. I told you we've traveled all over the world. I mean, we're in places like Wales and Australia, and all over Europe, and in a lot of cities. And it's nice to be in a place where at least some of you guys know what a powwow is. And how it is, especially during the summer months, when we're traveling around in pickups and cars and walk feet, horses, whatever, going back and forth across that U.S.-Canada border as if it wasn't even there. And I always have to tell those people, I mean, you know it, but they don't know that we predate all those borders. Just wanted to make that clear. So this is a song that I wrote with our friend Edmund Bull from the round dance group Red Bull. Ooh, ooh. And this is called Darling, Don't Cry When I Leave the USA. If you like, I'll take you home when I go back to Canada. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh.
From the Big Blue Tent, high above the Big Blue Lake, you are listening to Tent Show Radio. Tent Show Radio is a production of the nonprofit Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua, the Carnegie Hall of Tent Shows.
Welcome to Intermission, folks. Last time it hit 20 below, the cat begged to be let out despite my warning. Half a minute of taking the air, and she was back at the sliding glass door, mewling and high-stepping the pads of her feet as if she were a furry little lipizzanner. "Tried to tell you," I said as I let her in, but cats aren't in the business of listening, and by the time I secured the latch, she was curled up beside the wood stove. Our cats enjoy cold snaps because they get upgraded to full-time house cats. Usually they're part-time doghouse cats, spending their nights in the old milk house, which is unheated but insulated, stocked with straw and coyote-proof. This arrangement also allows us to exteriorize the food bowls and litter box, which cuts down on brooming and scooping. But the main reason for this arrangement, as I am reminded as we let them overnight in the house, is that unless you remember to shut him in the bathroom at night, Mr. Big Fuzzy, name changed to protect his neediness, will wait until 3 a.m., then park outside the bedroom door and meow incessantly as if reporting a grave injustice, when in fact he is just hunting a tummy rub. Sticking with cats, but switching gears, I have found that whatever the weather, nothing ameliorates cabin fever like 2 cats and 1 laser pointer. Mr. Big Fuzzy will glump after the scooting red dot a time or two, but then he prefers to sit back and watch the smaller orange cat in pursuit. They're the same age, but she has always liked to play more than he. She entertains herself by wrestling the kitchen rug into a ball, attacking the bottommost stair riser — I don't know what it ever did to her — or endlessly batting the shoestring we tacked up in the living room. When the laser pointer comes out, she goes berserker. So attuned has she become that I need only switch the pointer from off to on, and at the soft click she will appear, head on a swivel, ears at alert, ready to do battle. Sometimes I run the light around the kitchen, as there is great entertainment in watching her try to cut corners on the linoleum. Other times I run the light up and down the stairs, and she scrambles in hot pursuit. After the initial stampeding rush, she settles on her haunches and becomes more selective. If I run the laser slowly across the carpet, she'll simply watch it. But if I track it so it disappears around a corner or behind a box or into the closet, she will stare intently, then gather up her rear gear and wiggle it, then charge and pounce. At which point the red dot mysteriously reappears and goes scooting off around another corner. We play, then we rest. The cat is good at resting. Last night, as she purred on the couch, I scratched her ears and recalled the philosopher Montaigne, who asked if we played with our cats or if our cats played with us. The answer, of course, is yes. And so let me put the laser pointer away and let's settle back in for more music with Buffy Sainte-Marie.
Some of you guys will know the names of Leonard Peltier, Annie Mae Aquash, Neil Stonechild, other Native American people who just stuck up for the right thing, and if their lives weren't totally ruined, either they were murdered or they were put away forever. You know me, I'm a teacher, so I have to give you your reading assignments. Indian Givers by Jack Weatherford. It's a book about this big. It'll make you feel great. You'll learn a lot of stuff, and it won't break your heart. It's a good one. Another one that I'm reading right now is Roxanne Dunbar Ortiz's Indigenous People's History of the United States, which is really, really good. There's some new information there. And then the other one, which I wish was in high schools and colleges, but it still isn't. It's a wonderful history book by the late Dee Brown, who was a historian and librarian. And it shares its title with the song we're going to do for you. This is called Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Indian legislation's on the desk of a do-right congressman. Now, he don't know much about the issue, so he picks up the phone and he asks advice of the senators out in Indian country. Darlings are the energy companies who are ripping off what's left of the reservations. I learned a safety rule. I don't know who to thank. Don't stand between the reservations and the corporate bank. They send in federal tanks. It isn't nice, but it's reality. Bury my heart in wounded knee, deep in the earth. Cover me with pretty lies. Bury my heart in wounded knee. We get these energy companies who want the land, and they've got churches by the dozens more to guide our hands and turn our Mother Earth over to pollution, war, and greed.
Get rich quick.
Bury my heart in wounded knee,
Bury my heart in wounded knee.
deep in the earth.
Bury my heart in wounded knee.
Cover me with pretty
Bury
lies.
my heart in wounded knee.
Bury my heart in wounded knee.
Bury my heart in wounded knee.
We get the federal marshals, we get the covert spies, we get the liars by the fire, and we get the FBI's. They lie in court and get nailed, and still Peltier goes off to jail. Hey, the bullets didn't match the gun. Bury my heart in wounded knee. Oh, an eighth of the reservation
Bury my heart in wounded knee.
was transferred in secret.
Bury my heart in wounded
Hold your head up, lift the top of your mind, put your eyes in the earth, lift your heart to your own home planet. What do you see? What is your attitude? Are you here to improve or damn it? Look right now and you see we're only here by the skin of our teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life. It ain't money that makes the world go round. That's only temporary confusion. It ain't governments that make the people strong. It's the opposite illusion. Look right now and you see they're only here by the skin of their teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life. Is beautiful if you got the sense to take care of your source of perfection. Mother Nature, she's the daughter of God and the source of all protection. Look right now and you see she's only here by the skin of her teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life and carry it on.
1, 2, 3.
Hold your head up, lift the top of your mind, put your eyes on the earth, lift your heart to your own home planet. What do you see? What is your attitude? Are you here to improve or damn it? Look right now, and you will see we're only here by the skin of our teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life and oh, carry it on. We're saying, oh, carry it on. Keep playing, oh, carry it on. And praying, oh, carry it on. It ain't money that makes the world go round. It's only temporary confusion. It ain't governments that make the people strong. It's the opposite illusion. Look right now, and you will see they're only here by the skin of our teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life. Oh, carry it on. We're saying, oh, carry it on. Keep playing, oh, carry it on. And praying, oh, carry it on. Look right now, and you will see we're only here by the skin of our teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life. It's beautiful if you got the sense to take care of your source of perfection. Mother Nature, she's the daughter of God and the source of all protection. Look right now, and you will see she's only here by the skin of her teeth as it is. So take heart and take care of your link with life. And oh, carry it on. Keep saying, oh, carry it on. Keep playing, oh, carry it on. And praying, oh, carry it on. Oh, carry it on. Keep saying, oh, carry it on. And playing, oh, carry it on. And keep on praying, oh, carry it on. Mark Alex and Anthony King, Michelle Briere, and me. Winona LaDuke. of the earth. This is a song for all our generations past, wherever in the world they came from. And all our little generations come up. Guide them, love them, comfort them, strengthen them. This is called Star Walker.
A style walker don't drink no wine. Hey, 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 hey. Wolf Rider, she's a friend of yours. You've seen her opening doors. She's a history turner. She's a sweetgrass burner and a dog soldier. Hey, 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 hey. Holy light, guard the night. Pray up your medicine song. Straight Peter, you're a spirit healer, keep going on. Hey, 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 hey. Lightning woman, thunder child, star soldiers, one and all, our sisters, brothers, and all together. Aim straight, stand tall. Skywalker, he's a friend of mine. You've seen him looking fine.
This is sacred.
We are spiraling, spiraling together, onward, inward, creature to creation, holy mystery, Mother Earth, childbirth, this is celebration, this is sacred.
We are circling,
Circling together,
we are singing, singing a heart song. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred.
we are spinning, spinning all together, we are singing over the rainbow. This is harmony, this is community,
This is celebration.
this is sacred.
We are circling, circling together. We are singing, singing a heart song. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred.
We are ripening, ripening together, babies, elders, bozos and angels. This is how we grow, this is how we get to know, this is celebration, this is sacred.
We are circling, circling together. We are singing, singing a heart song. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. We are circling, we are circling, circling, we are circling, we are circling,
We are singing, singing a heart song. This is family,
this is celebration,
this is celebration, this is sacred.
Buffy Sainte-Marie, filling the big top with history and dignity, and lifting the roof in the process.
Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by the Bayfield Inn. With 21 hotel rooms, over 25 vacation rentals, a lounge, on-site restaurant, and rooftop bar, there's something for you at the Bayfield Inn. More info at bayfieldinn.com. And by the Bayfield Chamber of Commerce, beautiful Bayfield and the Apostle Islands. You can tour sea caves and shop our galleries and stores on the shores of Lake Superior. Info and lodging at bayfield.org. And by the Cable Chamber of Commerce, Cable, Wisconsin, the gateway to Bayfield County, where world-class trails, forests, lakes, and adventure await. Visit cableforfun.com. That's cable, the number 4, FUN.com.
Well, folks, that's our show for tonight. Whether you beam it or stream it, we thank you for listening. We're as grateful as a guy with 2 cats and 1 laser pointer. We'd love it if you come on up Bayfield Way or down or over or through for a live show one day. Details always available at bigtop.org. And you can visit me anytime at sneezingcow.com. Until next we share the air, remember, where I come from and here at Tent Show Radio, nobody ever says goodbye. They just say, well, I suppose.